buy one, get one free. Now check around for new, much lower price tags all around this 5-acre superstore this week. Crepe myrtles, come and get them for as low as $4.99. And Bob's favorite, red cluster bottle brush. Not $29.99, but $19.99. And all azaleas, hundreds of them, are marked down by 50%. Come check us out at Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens and Nursery on Southeast 38th Street in Ocala. They're open daily from 9 to 4, Saturdays until 3, in the same blooming place for going on 70 years.
Get out and vote. September 21st is the election for the city of Ocala. It's nonpartisan, so whether you're a Democrat or Republican doesn't matter. It's a perfect time for all registered Ocala voters to be heard concerning local issues. Every vote matters. Don't let someone else speak for you by not voting. Apathy about voting has become somewhat of a problem. Get out and vote. Be part of the solution, not part of the problem.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back. Ocala Talk on a Wednesday. We at WOCA recognize the importance of voting. That's why we're offering all the candidates an opportunity to come on the air and explain why they feel you should cast your valuable vote for them. On Monday, August 23rd from 10:30 to 11, our guests will be Brent Molliver and Barry Mansfield, candidates for the office of District 1, Ocala City Council. This information is brought to you by WOCA The Source in hopes that you will vote and that this will help in making your decision come September 21st. I got lots to do.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, streamlining communications. In the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the growing digital document revolution. In the world of business, supporting entrepreneurs and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
I brought Mental Mushroom.
Shamrock Security Systems, 629-3223. Shamrock Security Systems is located here in Ocala, Florida. Shamrock Security Systems is a top-rated alarm company offering 24/7 monitoring, video surveillance, fire and flood protection. You'll sleep a little better once the job is done. Shamrock Security Systems for over 31 years. 629-3223. Get a 100% free quote from Shamrock Security. 629-3223.
We at WOCA recognize the importance of voting. That's why we're offering all the candidates an opportunity to come on the air and explain why they feel you should cast your valuable vote for them. On Thursday, August 26th, my guests will be James Hilty and Greg Steen. They're running for District 5, Ocala City Council. This information is brought to you by WOCA The Source in hopes that you will vote and that this will help in making your decision come September 21st.
Get it for less at the DIY Home Center outlet. Get top quality real wood cabinets the same or less than the big box stores are selling the cheap stuff. And that's not all. Drywall screws big box stores are $6.47 a pound. At DIY, only $4.99. Plus, DIY has the largest selection of mobile home parts and accessories anywhere. From carpet to doors, get the DIY supplies you need for less. The DIY Home Center outlet. We are your building material closeout store. 2191 Northwest 10th Street, just 2 miles east of I-75.
We at WOCA recognize the importance of voting. That's why we're offering all the candidates an opportunity to come in on the air and explain why they feel you should cast your valuable vote for them. On Wednesday, August 25th, my guests will be Kristen Dreyer, Alex Everett, Lloyd Martin Gregory, Barbara Feitos, Kevin Lopez, and Curtis Jones. They're all running for District 4, Ocala City Council. This information is brought to you by WOCA, the source, in hopes that you will vote and that this will help in making your decisions come September 21st.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, a new spoiler, and a new trunk.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Hello, gorgeous.
Hi, this is Becky at Hello Gorgeous Salon. It's time to get that new look started. Let's get rid of those sun-damaged ends and faded out color and get into something rich and vibrant. Humidity is not your hair's friend. It causes your hair to capture moisture and leaves it looking dry and unhealthy. Hello Gorgeous is a certified Brazilian blowout salon. We can tame those locks, leaving your hair healthy and shiny with a Brazilian smoothing treatment. So let us help you make a great first impression. Call us today to set your appointment at Hello Gorgeous. Our number is 352-351-5358. Again, that's 352-351-5358. And don't forget, we also do men and children's cuts too. 351-5358. Hello Gorgeous is conveniently located in the heart of downtown Ocala. So call today and set up your appointment at Hello Gorgeous Salon at 351-5358. That's 351-5358.
Hello, gorgeous.
Each morning, we wake up thankful to live in a free nation with liberty and justice for all. But sometimes those liberties can be put in jeopardy, and you may have questions about what to do or who to call. Let Doc Blanchard of Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland help you find the answers. Attorneys at law since 1974 and located in downtown Ocala. If you have legal issues, don't go it alone. Call 352-732-7218. Blanchard, Miriam, Adele, and Kirkland, helping protect your liberties every day.
Johnny, what are you doing in the bathroom? What are you saying? Wait, where are your toy cars? Oh no, tell me you didn't. Honey, call Mike Scott Plumbing.
I didn't do anything.
For once that's true, but little Johnny flushed his toys down the toilet and now it's broke.
Yes. No. I'll get the phone. What's the toll-free number?
866-314-4443.
Got it. 866-314-4443.
Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, they do it.
If you're thinking trees, you got to be thinking about Bob Wine's Camellia Gardens in Ocala. Bob has citrus trees including lemon, lime, orange, grapefruit, and tons of others, starting at just $59.99. All other fruit trees, starting with smaller blueberries, they're priced from a super low $9.99. All the way up to avocado. Yes, we've got avocado, and they're just $139. And don't forget shade trees. Ocala's largest selection. You buy a large tree, 4 to 6 feet, Bob's super low price of $49.99, and then you get another one just like it for half price. Did we say Bob has trees? You better believe it. While you're there, be sure to check inside the greenhouse on their indoor foliage at 20% off and bird baths at 10% off. Get on over to Bob Wine's Camellia Garden, Southeast 38th Street, daily till 4, Saturdays till 3. They're in the same blooming location for going on 70 years.
We at WOCA recognize the importance of voting. That's why we're offering all the candidates an opportunity to come on the air and explain why they feel you should cast your valuable vote for them. On Tuesday, August 24th from 10:30 to 11 a.m., our guests will be Russell Rusty Juergens, Jay Musley, and Ty Schlichter, candidates for the office of District 3, Ocala City Council. This information is brought to you by WOCA The Source in hopes that you will vote and that this will help in making your decision come September 21st. in each little bitty town.
Buying and selling? Then you know about OcalaForSale.com, Marion County's internet marketplace. But there's something you might not know. I'm Michael Warren, president of USA for Sale. We created Ocala for Sale in 1998 with a passion to connect buyers and sellers and to help local businesses reach shoppers online. On Ocala for Sale, you're just a click away from thousands of deals for real estate, rentals, cars, furniture, appliances, horses, pets, and more. Looking for a job? Our Help Wanted section is booming. Shopping the villages and beyond? Now you'll find great deals on villages for sale, as well as our new statewide classified, Florida for Sale. Log on today and post your free classified. You'll reach thousands of shoppers who check our listings every day. Are you a business looking to get a corner on the internet marketplace? USA for Sale can help you reach your target audience in Ocala, the villages, and statewide. There's no better place to reach shoppers than right where they shop. Let us show you how. Learn more by calling 352-629-1663 or visit us online at usaforsale.com.
Keep up with what's going on in the downtown area with Ocala Downtown Newspaper. Delivering thousands of newspapers to businesses in the downtown area, Ocala Downtown is there to keep you informed. They even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company that fits your needs, and all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about it. It's simple. For more info, just call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223, and pick up your copy of the Downtown Ocala newspaper today.
And now read Ocala Downtown newspaper online.
Ugh, what wrong?
Ugh, need wood for fire.
Ugh, I go get. Ugh, I got wood for fire.
Ugh, what takes so long?
Had to use restroom. Someone not refill toilet paper.
Ugh, my bad. You wash hands?
Ugh, of course. Ugh, what caveman you take me for?
You know, Dan, people who save money by switching to Mike Scott Plumbing sure are happy.
Well, Brittany, how happy are they?
Happier than a caveman with indoor plumbing.
Yep. Get happy. Get Mike Scott Plumbing. If water runs through it, we do it. 237-2888.
Hello, I'm Mark Sears with Regency Printing. With over 10 years in the printing business, I know you'll find Regency Printing the place for all your local printing needs. Plus, I have fax services, mailbox rentals, notary service, U.S. mail, pack and ship, all at one convenient location, 2375 Northeast 25th Avenue. Just look for the yellow signs. Regency Printing, 789-6683. That's 789-6683. Regency Printing.
Attention passengers for Flight 1370. The plane has been delayed at its departure point and will be at least 2 hours late. We apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for Flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today.
September 21st. September 21st. Why do I keep repeating September 21st? Because that's when the Ocala residents have the privilege of helping determine how Ocala is governed. By voting, Ocala residents then have a voice in local issues. Every vote matters. Voting is a privilege. It's also your responsibility. If you don't vote, you give up the right to complain about the outcome. So what are you going to be doing on September 21st? You're going to go out and vote September 21st.
It's rodeo time in Ocala. The 39th annual Ocala Shrine Rodeo returns to the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion September 3rd and 4th, 7:30 nightly. Witness the superstars of the PRCA as cowboys ride to help children walk. For tickets and information, check out OcalaShrineRodeo.com for broncs, bulls, and babes. The Ocala Shrine Pro Rodeo, September 3rd and 4th, 7:30 nightly.
that were there.
When asked, 1 out of 1 morning host on WOCA, that's me, says Formaggio's Pizza and Italian Restaurant is the best pizza and Italian in Ocala. Formaggio's is located at 1053 Northeast 14th Street. They're open for lunch and dinner Monday through Friday with lunch specials that change daily. They also are open for dinner on Saturdays. Dine in or carry out. Call 352-509-3661 so you can experience the deliciousness of Formaggio's Pizza and Italian Restaurant. Now I'm hungry.
Howdy folks, RL here for Dairy Queen again to tell you about what's hot and what's not. Dairy Queen has some of the best char-grilled chicken breasts on earth, as well as their chicken breast salad. And the burgers are exceptional, cooked on a real grill for the best flavor and less fat. And for dessert, blizzards are unequaled. Personally, banana split is my all-time favorite. Dairy Queen Silver Springs, where we always treat you like kings and queens.
WOCA.
The tasty leafy green that's as fun to grow and eat as it is to say. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
Shrimp, grouper, stone crab, oysters, clams. That's just a sample of the great seafood that Florida's Gulf Coast is famous for. Fresh, wholesome seafood caught by fishing families that for generations have taken great pride in their work. No gathering is complete without delicious Florida Gulf seafood fresh from the docks. Remember, when shopping or dining out, ask for fresh from Florida seafood. That helps our state's fishermen and our local economies.
A toast to soil health.
More and more landowners and their farmers are celebrating healthy soil for good reason. Because farmers who use soil health building practices like no-till and cover crops and who use diverse species and rotations report greater farm productivity, profitability, and resiliency. So here's to your soil's health. Contact your local USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service office today and learn how to unlock the secrets in your soil. This message brought to you by USDA and this radio station.
Orach is also known as saltbush or red mountain spinach. Like its cousin spinach and chard, orach contains a surprising amount of salt in its leaves. It's also a great source of iron, magnesium, calcium, zinc, phosphorus, and vitamin C. In fact, a single serving of orach has about double the vitamin C you'd find in lemons or oranges. It also has a startling amount of antioxidants, which benefits the body on so many levels. There are some awesome varieties you can plant, such as deep red orach, lime green, magenta magic, and triple purple, to name a few. Planting orach in the summer is great because the gorgeous leafy greens are prone to bolting in the hot weather. While it can survive a bit of drought, it will be healthier and more flavorful if you water it consistently. The young tender leaves are really lovely, eaten raw in salads and wraps, especially if you like colorful food. You can use them in lieu of other baby greens in just about any recipe. I'm Kathy Isom, Southeast AgNet.
Hey there, Congresswoman Kat Kamak here, your conservative voice in our nation's capital. Whether it's recovering your hard-earned money from the IRS, ensuring our veterans receive the benefits and care they deserve, applying for or renewing a passport, or any variety of other issues, constituent services are my top priority. If we can help you, your family, or your business, please reach out to our team in our Gainesville area office at 352-505-0838. I'm Kat Kamak, and it is my honor to serve you.
This ad is paid for with official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
And the other thing is, read the World Health Organization, the CDC guidelines for using a mask. You wash your hands, you take it out of its package, you never touch the face, you put it around your ears, and then when you get done with it, you take it off by the earpieces, you dispose of it, you never touch it.
Right, and then you put a brand new mask on again.
And put a brand new mask on again. And show me one person who does that.
I have a mask hanging on my mirror.
Yeah.
That about once a week I take it in, it gets thrown in the washer, then it comes back out and it hangs there. And when I wear it, I wear it. But it's my germs, but it's still my germs. It's still germs. And here's what gets me about the mask. And you brought it up earlier with tort reform. We need tort reform and everything. Everything's about money and liability.
Yes.
And when you look at these, when you buy the mask, and you look it up, on the box it says, these masks will not give you safety against coronavirus. It says on the box that the masks aren't useful, and they have to put it on the box for liability purposes so they don't get sued.
Well, and they put it on there because it's true.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a true statement. There was a group of parents in Gainesville that took masks that were used one day, one time, and they sent them off to a lab, and they gave me the report. I got it back in my office that showed all the different bacterias and things that were growing inside of a mask after 1 day's use for these children. So what you're doing is you're subjected children to have a breathing restrictions on them, which isn't good. The body is not designed to breathe through a cotton mask.
No.
It's designed to breathe out. But the bacteria and stuff that were growing on there. Let me tell you just another issue about this too. And this is the thing about that we need to be aware of, and I know most of your listeners are. What are we doing to children who we're convincing them that every other person is a potential diseased person. Every single person should be feared and not touched. We have kids who cannot learn because their teachers, the facial expressions.
Cognitive retention from facial expressions are huge in the education field.
And you're taking kids who are in kindergarten, first, second grade, and they cannot see their teacher's mouth. They cannot hear them effectively as they enunciate words. It is, I think, if there was good data that said this is absolutely the safest thing to do, but there isn't. I have not seen any of it that definitively says this is a good thing for a child. I've seen studies that show the opposite of that, and there's a lot of anecdotal evidence.
I think cognitive-wise, and I was a teacher for 5 years, my degree's in education, the cognitive advancement of a child from the age of about 3 to 9 is so important, and you would lose some of that cognitive development just because we mimic the way other people's mouths move when we talk and everything. That's how we create our speech patterns. That's how we become the adults we are, is we learn, and part of learning is the cognitive development of looking at people's facial expressions and everything. A mask takes that away.
And kids with dyslexia are even at a more disadvantage.
A huge disadvantage.
And there's 1 out of 10 kids who have some form of dyslexia. It may be minor. 1 out of 10 that have some form of that. You know, when my daughters were babies, I would speak and I would do the vowels. They're 6 months old, and they're watching me.
You're going A, E, I, O, U.
And their eyes are fixated on my eyes and my mouth that I'm moving, and they learn to speak at a very early age.
Of course they did.
And I practice doing that with them. Practice sign language too, and some other things, just to get their brain working in different ways. But yeah, I think we could see this as a huge, long-term negative effect on a whole generation of kids.
We got so much I could talk to you about. I'm looking across the room to see how tight's his schedule. Oh, we're good. So we're gonna need to take a break. Can you stick around with us for one more segment?
Up in Lowell Prison, and after a little while, but I've got time for.
Yeah, we got about 10 more minutes.
Absolutely,
we go.
Sure.
We're talking with Senator Keith Perry, and we still hadn't got to what to look forward to in the upcoming session. We'll talk to him about that because Florida right now is the leader in the world on the World Showcase. Somebody asked me the other day. I went to Panama City Beach, and the hotel rooms were $800 a night. And I asked the guy, I go, why is the hotel room $800 a night? He goes, we're the only vacation place in the world fully open. Let that sink in for a minute, folks. The state of Florida is the only vacation destination in the world that is fully open. That says a lot about our leadership. That says a lot about Tallahassee and how they are going with science. And by the way, we'll talk to Keith Perry about that, because I think science is leading in the direction we're going, not fear-mongering and fear tactics that are being spewed out of Washington. We'll be right back after this short timeout. You're listening to Ocala Talks, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
We at WOCA recognize the importance of voting. That's why we're offering all the candidates an opportunity to come on the air and explain why they feel you should cast your valuable vote for them. On Friday, August 27th, Manal Fakori and Kent Gwynn, 2 candidates for mayor of Ocala, will be in studio. This information is brought to you by WOCA, The Source, and hopes that you will vote and that this will help in making your decision come September 21st.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.
The Ocala Golf Club, one of Ocala's premier golf courses, from its
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
It's time for Farm and Ranch Headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. USDA's Ag Statistics Service made their first estimate on the peanut crop for this coming year. The production now is estimated at 3,317,000 tons. That's up 8% from 2020. Their harvested acres, 1.59 million. That is down 1% from the previous forecast and down 2% from last year. Based on conditions of the August 1st crop, the average yield is forecast now at 4,183 pounds per acre. That's up 387 pounds per acre from last year. On the estimate, they said Alabama should average 4,000 pounds per acre. That is up from 3,500 pounds last year. And then Florida should average 3,900 pounds per acre. Last year they averaged 3,400 pounds. Georgia, the big state, is now estimated to average 4,400 pounds per acre. And last year they averaged 4,100. But overall, the nationwide, they should average.
I can't wait to get together with my friends for a backyard barbecue. If you're 65 or older, you're starting to get back to doing things you love. Did you know even healthy adults 65 and older are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia? It's a potentially serious bacterial lung disease that can disrupt your life for weeks. Help protect yourself with the Prevnar 13 pneumococcal 13 valent conjugate vaccine, diphtheria CRM 197 protein. Prevnar 13 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 13 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 13 does not protect against all strains of the disease. Ask your doctor or pharmacist today about Prevnar 13. Learn more at Prevnar13.com. Don't get Prevnar 13
the tasty
if you have had a
leafy
severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with a weakened immune system may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-866-694-9300 or visit Prevnar13.com.
The tasty leafy green that's as fun to grow and eat as it is to say. That's coming up on This Land of Ours.
Shrimp, grouper, stone crab, oysters, clams. That's just a sample of the great seafood that Florida's Gulf Coast is famous for. Fresh, wholesome seafood caught by fishing families that for generations have taken great pride in their work. No gathering is complete without delicious Florida Gulf seafood fresh from the docks. Remember, when shopping or dining out, ask for fresh from Florida seafood. That helps our state's fishermen and our local economies.
A toast to soil health.
More and more landowners and their farmers are celebrating healthy soil for good reason. Because farmers who use soil health building practices like no-till and cover crops and who use diverse species and rotations report greater farm productivity, profitability, and resiliency. So here's to your soil's health. Contact your local USDA Natural Resources Conservation Service office today and learn how to unlock the secrets in your soil. This message brought to you by USDA and this radio station.
Orach is also known as saltbush or red mountain spinach. Like its cousin spinach and chard, orach contains a surprising amount of salt in its leaves. It's also a great source of iron, magnesium, calcium, zinc, phosphorus, and vitamin C. In fact, a single serving of orach has about double the vitamin C you'd find in lemons or oranges. It also has a startling amount of antioxidants, which benefits the body on so many levels. There are some awesome varieties you can plant, such as deep red orach, lime green, magenta magic, and triple purple, to name a few. Planting orach in the summer is great because the gorgeous leafy greens are prone to bolting in the hot weather. While it can survive a bit of drought, it will be healthier and more flavorful if you water it consistently. The young tender leaves are really lovely, eaten raw in salads and wraps, especially if you like colorful food. You can use them in lieu of other baby greens in just about any recipe. I'm Kathy Isom, Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Wednesday, we'll see sunshine mixing with a few clouds with a thunderstorm in the afternoon, high 91 to 95. Wednesday night, clear to partly cloudy skies, low 75 to 77. Thursday, sunshine and a few clouds with a thunderstorm in spots in the afternoon, high 90 to 93. Friday, sunshine and a few clouds with an afternoon and evening thunderstorm in spots, the high 90 to 93. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Drew Shannon.
This is Ocala Talks with Tom Schmidt, bringing stories that are important to our community in and around Ocala. Plus, of course, a splash of sports as well. Now, here's your host, Tom.
To give us another 10 minutes here on air. Senator, let's talk about the upcoming session. What are some of the things you're looking forward to, and what are some of the things that people in this district can look forward to in the upcoming session?
We're going to build on what we've started last year, some of the things we didn't get done where we've already met. Susan McGuire is here with me now. We've already got bills that we're looking at refiling. I will step back on last session, just a couple of bills if I can talk about that did get passed. So we had the anti-rioting bill, which was called the anti-free speech, was the opposite of free speech. You cannot have free speech when you have people rioting, people coming up to you on a sidewalk and screaming in your face, and that's not free speech.
No.
And so what we did is we strengthened some of those. If you're a free speech advocate, you would like the bill. If you're some kind of off-the-wall person, you would say you misrepresent it. We also, one of the biggest bills, and it's tied up in the courts right now that we did, we put a limit on constitutional referendums. So donating to a campaign on a constitutional referendum, we put a $3,000 limit. What we don't want is people like George Soros, who are billionaires, that can come into a state and get things put on a constitutional referendum simply through a marketing campaign and through raise money. So we think the grassroots side of having a constitution changed and being able to put it on a ballot is one thing. But to have just tons and tons of outside money to change, remember, we're changing the Constitution.
Yes.
We're not changing statutes.
And we change the Constitution in Florida like a lot of people change underwear.
They do, yeah. I mean,
it's ridiculous.
And the average person, there's so many of them, so much going on. The average person doesn't understand, and it's not a deliberative process. When you want to change a statute, we file bills. You have to House, Senate. There's amendments. There's public comment. There's multiple committee hearings, typically 3. You have 6 hearings. Typically on that, you can have all these other processes. So that's tied up in the courts, but I think that's one of the most important bills that we passed. There was a bill that—
By the way, I want to say how nice you are for saying people like George Soros are coming in. But I'll say it, Tom at WOCA, if you got a problem with this, I ain't real fond of John Morgan buying legalization of marijuana either.
No, it's terrible. No.
And I'm not fond of John Morgan buying $15 an hour minimum wage hikes.
It is not the way we change the Constitution. And Morgan has the money, and Morgan has done that. And I think it's if this bill stands up in the court challenge, he won't be doing that later.
Well, I look forward to that.
Absolutely. And one of the most controversial bills we did, which it shouldn't have been, was the transgender in sports bill, which we passed a bill saying if you're a biological male, you cannot compete as a female.
Common sense.
Yeah, I couldn't believe we're even having to debate this issue, because it doesn't make any sense. And if you look, it's just started here in Florida, but if you look around the state, this is a 1, 2, 3 year thing that's been happening around the country. You see biological males dominating, not just winning by a little bit, dominating in sports. Serena Williams even said that the top female tennis player in the world, she wouldn't be ranked in the top 100, maybe 150.
That's what Serena Williams said. Couldn't crack the top 100, maybe not even the top 150. And Serena, when she said that 3 years ago, that was before the baby, or 5 years ago, that 4 years. That was before the baby, when she was on top of her game.
Chris Everett, I think she was married to a tennis pro.
John,
who was good, but he wasn't at the top. They said when y'all play each other, if you played competitively, what would happen? She goes, I would not score 1 point. Not 1 point.
People always say, well, Billie Jean King beat Bobby Riggs. Bobby Riggs was 66 years old. Billie Jean King was in her prime, and she barely beat him.
Yeah,
she didn't wipe the floor with him.
Yeah, no, and that was a marketing. But this, I tell you what I thought was the most disappointing of all of this. And I tell people it wasn't a anti-anything. It was a pro-woman's thing. But this is what the debate turned into from my colleagues on the other side of the aisle. and they said this, people think about this, they were saying this out loud. What about the corporations that are going to boycott our state or repercussions from businesses? For somebody to be elected by their constituents to say that we are going to cow down to some corporation out of
that
Atlanta,
may or may not come to
or
here,
New York, or some politicians in California, I thought that was it was appalling. It was disappointing that we have elected officials saying, "Well, we don't really, we kind of care what the people who voted for me say, but it's more important of what these businesses are going to do and think." We should never ever make policy based on that kind of issue.
The fact that Title IX, if you allow transgender athletes to compete in the area they identify as, just tells women's sports, Title IX, it doesn't matter.
Right, it doesn't.
Because I was a very good softball player. Couldn't hit a curveball, so I couldn't play baseball. But I could play fast pitch softball, and I was very good at it. What's to stop me from saying I identify as a woman, go into a Division II school or a 1AA school or NAIA school, walk onto the women's fast pitch softball team, I identify as a woman, I get out there, I'm hitting the ball 400 feet.
Yeah.
A coach that wants to win, transgender Tom's in the game.
Absolutely. And it's just
what's to stop that?
No, and it's an anti-woman, anti-female issue. So, but again, so that was a common sense thing. Again, I bring that up because I thought it was disappointing that we have people who think that corporations should dictate politics in the state of Florida.
You want to take a phone call real quick?
Sure.
One phone call. You're on with Senator Keith Perry. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. I was opposed to the way the $15 an hour wage was passed as a constitutional amendment here in Florida. It is, in my opinion, something that should have a legislative act that can be addressed every year according to economic conditions. We're stuck with it as an amendment. We have a downturn, and we're stuck with that wage. We're looking at 1930s.
You certainly
we got a $15 minimum wage.
But we can't pay
jobs,
it.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for the call, Jim. And he brings up a very good point that the minimum wage, to me, has always been a legislative issue, not a constitutional amendment issue.
No, and most of the issues that we do that are on the constitutional thing shouldn't be in the Constitution. Constitution is a fundamental, foundational thing to build all your laws upon, not to make certain
We've only
statutes.
made 28 amendments to the U.S. Constitution.
Right.
We've made almost 2,000 to the Florida Constitution, and Florida was, 1821 versus 1776?
Yeah. So it's and I tell you, if you think about just that specific issue, take it outside of the Constitution, think about the ramifications of what we're seeing. We are seeing a technology change with robotics and artificial intelligence. And I've said this a bunch of times. If you go into a McDonald's, you're going to have a kiosk. Now it's changed with a lot of drive-through and stuff, but you have a kiosk machine that you can place your order, or you can go to the counter. It's an option. That won't be an option soon.
No, it's going to be kiosk.
And a $15, when you raise things up like that, what you do is you drive technology faster to replace labor. And so we have two issues. One, and I've worked on this with elementary music and education and things that we need to train our kids better. They're more prepared for things because the person who fixes the kiosk makes more money than the order taker, but it takes a different skill set. But that order taker is going to be soon out of a job, and we're going to see a whole anytime we have the Industrial Revolution and we have these other things, you see a displacement of people from the workforce. Now, long term, it's way, way better. We don't want to be living in a stone age, and we all benefit from it, but there is these disruptive economies that happen, and it's happening now with innovation and robotics. If you go into any manufacturing plant today, you're going to see robotics at work.
They're 3/4 of all assembly lines at car manufacturers now are robotic arms. The humans are just guiding the pieces along as they're getting connected by robots.
And the technology is moving so fast and cheaper that you're going to find, and it's even here, it's right here in Ocala.
Yeah.
And you're going to find jobs that are repetitive motion jobs being replaced. Even in mom and pop little businesses is coming. And these kind of things they don't think about through the end. And you'd rather have someone making $12 an hour and have a job than have $15 an hour and not have a job at all and no place for them. So these are the typical things that are not well thought through.
And when people are saying a 15-hour job, they immediately think fast food and everything. And by the way, I don't care who you are. I'll say this till I'm blue in the face to whoever listen. Fast food jobs and the likes of those were not jobs created as jobs to raise families on. They were entry-level jobs until you could get the skill set to move on to other jobs and let, wait for it, teenagers take over that entry-level position.
Right.
And the fact that people said, I work at McDonald's, I've been there 10 years, I need to make more money. You've been working at McDonald's 10 years with the way there's all kind of free classes and free ways to learn new skills and everything. To me, that's a you problem, not a me problem.
Yeah, and I think, look, some of that has to do with the fact that and we can do a better job. If you think about in education, there's some people who are so far behind and have been left out of the education that they really don't possess
Certainly.
skills. And what we have to do is we have to give, I've always said this before, poverty in the United States is defined monetarily, right? How much money you make is a certain level. Well, the only way you can ever achieve that is to change. You have to go to socialism or communism. You can't fix that unless you go to a market that we know doesn't work.
Not through monetary ways.
But if we defined poverty in what opportunities people have, then we'd be able to go and say, hey, this group, this area, this is poverty, but they're in poverty because of the opportunities. And now we can address that opportunity instead of saying, well, we're just going to make you equal by giving you more money. We're going to pay. I just heard in the news last night, New York City's going to start paying people not to commit crimes. If you're, that's, I'm telling you, you can't make up this stuff sometimes. But anyway, we could. These are some. They're simple. Conceptually, but they're very difficult in implementation. But that's what I've been working on. I'm working on bills that have long-term effects. We have to be looking like if we're in business. We'd be looking next year. We'd be looking at, we got to make a dollar today, but we want to be in business 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road. And so we have to start looking at the issues and what are the causes of these problems, and then how can we make changes, fundamental changes. And that's, like I say, my music and elementary education bill that I passed is going to have a dramatic effect on kids who come in deficient in vocabulary and reading and other things, and this is proven to give them a skill that are to improve that capacity. So I'm looking at those short-term things, and I'm looking at long-term.
Senator Keith Perry, you got to be happy when you hear 1,000 people a week move to the state of Florida. If we're such a terrible state, and we're at the precipice of this COVID, and we're the leader in disease and everything, and yet 1,000 people a week want to move here, you guys in Tallahassee must be doing something pretty good.
Yeah, and I think it's a sad state of affairs for the other part of this country. And as you mentioned, Florida is fully open, and people are coming here.
The only vacation spot in the world that's fully
open. And why
open.
are they coming here? They are making a choice. They want to go on a vacation. They want to do something with their family, and they can't do it in other places. What kind of a government says you can't do things that you want to do? Let people make choices. Let people we're going to take some chances in life, but that's up to you. Now, again, I'm not an anarchist. I think that we should have government control. But to have all of these other states and nations have shut down, and maybe now even going to shut down again, even more harsh, it's so unfortunate for the people. How many days? What has been over 500 days?
Yes.
What are we going to do?
Look,
another 500 days?
I took a $30,000 hit because I do trivia as a secondary job at night. Mm-hmm. I was doing it 5 nights a week at $150 a night.
Yeah.
I'm doing it 1 night a week now.
Yeah. No.
I'm losing $600 a week. And it's not coming back because the restaurants had lost so much money. They're not doing entertainment anymore. They're just flipping tables to try to make some of that money back.
Yeah.
So I don't think people understand how much closing, when did closing become more of an issue than COVID-19?
Yeah.
And I think the governor and I think you legislators understood that early and got us back open as quick as you could.
And I think the governor is certainly taking a lot of heat because he's setting an example that a successful example, and that the other states don't like that.
I tell you this, I kid with people all the time, but it's kind of kidding. I say, I live in the United States of Florida. Our president is Ron DeSantis. We have senators and representatives, and we have 67 individual states that are great. But the best one's Marion County in my estimation. Senator Perry, thanks so much for dropping by with us. Thanks so much for staying over. I know you're busy today in and out of different meetings, but thanks for taking time out to talk to the people of Marion County.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
We'll take a time out. We'll be right back on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source. We at WOCA recognize the importance of voting. That's why we're offering all the